Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Didi. As y'all can tell by the title, I'm doing another story time. Yes, this is a real story. Yes, this happened to me. Yes, I was a side chick. Yeah, and this is just a story about like how I found out and like about it. So I'm not gonna tell you when this happened because people that know me, they can like piece it and know who I was, like see who I'd be seen with. And I don't want them knowing who it was because me and the person are cool now. Like, we chill. Anyways, he gave me permission to do the video too, so we're good. Anyways, so let's just get right into the video. So basically this happened, I just said I wasn't gonna tell you. Okay, so this happened during college. I'm about to be a junior. Technically, I'm still sophomore, but like with the coronavirus and everything, nobody's in school, so I'm technically a junior now. So this happened the freshman or sophomore year, and it was first semester. So basically, I met this person. Like, okay, so I had known who he was, but I had never met him in person. Like, I met him, well, like we started like we got acquainted over the summer, as in when I post a video, he'd be like, oh, you're one of the best story time tellers at UMass. Like, your videos is mad funny. So I'd always be like, oh, thank you. And then I was like, oh, where you living? And then he was like, I'm living here. And I was like, shoot, I'm living in the same place. I was like, what floor? He said the floor. I said the floor. Boom. So when school started, we met each other because we lived on the same floor and everything, so it was like mad convenient. So it was just like, hey, hi, and then I was taking physics class at the time, and I thought he was good at physics, so I'd always have him come to my room, and I'd ask him to help me do my physics homework. Like, he'd help me like with the problems and everything, and that's how we started becoming like friends. So like, we do physics homework or homework just together a lot, and we just started getting closer and closer. Nothing of it like that was just like mad casual. Okay, boom. So one day we're doing homework and we're just chilling. It was just us two. Usually it was like me, him, my roommate, and like other people maybe, or just me, him, and my roommate. So it was just us two. So we were just talking. We were just getting to know each other. I was playing like Summer Walker. You know, the vibes was right, but nothing happened. Because I know I said the vibes is right, but that don't mean nothing happened. So yeah, so I was like, oh, this guy's like mad nice, and I was like, he's doing homework, we'll see where this can go. Okay, so after that day, we just started hanging out a lot more because it was like, oh, what am I even saying? After that day, we started hanging out more because it was like, oh, now we're getting to know each other. Oh, you told me like this about you that I never knew. I told you this about me that you never knew. So it's like, it felt like we was close. All right, so as time goes on, we had the same job, and we had the same schedule, like morning classes. So it'd be like, oh, what are you doing this morning? You want to grab breakfast together, and then you want to walk to class, and that's how like everything started. So we'd be eating breakfast together, we'd be walking to class together, we'd be going to work together, getting dinner together, and it was just like casual. And then like obviously, like we started. People started catching feelings. Like, that's bound to happen. If you're spending mad time with somebody, you're obviously gonna catch feelings. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So anyways, so we started catching feelings or whatever. At least I did. I'm a fool. Anyways, so I started catching feelings. So we were spending OD time. It was like, people at the school thought that they'd be like, oh, those two are together, right? And we'd be like, no, like, we're just cooling, we're vibing. But it's like, everybody thought we was together because you'd always see us together. You'd always see us walking together, coming off the bus together, So it was just really, hold on. Yeah, so it was just that type of scenario. So then, what happened? I'll get to the part, like, how I found out. Like, first of all, this story is mad embarrassing to me because, like, never in a million years that I think I'd be a side chick. Like, you get played, yeah. We all saw my little D1 athlete video. I'm gonna say a little right there. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go click that video. But yeah, so like, I've gotten played before, but I never thought I'd be a whole side chick. Like, what? You hear rappers all the time rapping about side chicks, and I was like, oh, that would never be me. That could never be me. Jinx myself big time. So I got to the point where it's like, everything we did together. We needed to go pick up materials from a store. Yo, can you come with me to the store real quick? We was going to the store. We was going to the movies together. We was going out to eat together. We was going like with other people too sometimes. Like it wasn't always just like us two, but it was like, oh, Didi's bringing that person. Like if I was going, it was usually like, oh, she's bringing him. Type of thing. So yeah. And so I caught feelings because I was spending every single day with him, 24/7, basically with him. Always texting him. He was my best friend on Snapchat. Like we had the little yellow heart and everything. Whatever the heart is that like goes up or whatever. Like the colors. Like we had like, we was almost at the pink heart. I think we had the red heart. Yeah, we had the red heart. And yeah, so like we was talking 24/7. He was always in my room. I was always in his room. His roommate knew me. I was friends with his roommate before that though, so it was like mass smooth because like in the beginning I'd be like, oh, I come and say hey, da 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 da, and then like I could go to the back of the room and be like, yo, what's poppin', da 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 da. So it's like I knew everybody in the room, and yeah. So that was the beginning. Like the beginning was smooth. It was like cute. It was like we was doing everything together. In the middle was like, oh, we started talking. It was like we was talking. He had relationships. He finally caught relationships. I remember we had a conversation once and he was like, see, this is why I should have known. Like, I'm not stupid because I really should have known, because one time we was all in my friend Nahom's room and we was just all like chilling, vibing, and we was playing games, right? And then like one of the questions on the card was like, oh, have you ever cheated or something like that? And like everybody still had their hands up. I don't know whether it was a card game or we was playing Never Have I Ever. Anyways, either somebody had their hands up or like you have to like take the card. Yeah, you have to take the card if you had done it before. So like the guy that I was talking to, he was like, oh yeah, let me get that. I def cheat. And like I heard it, my friends heard it, but we was just like, oh, maybe he's just joking, maybe he's just playing. But nah, he actually just told me what he was doing. But like I just, you know, when you're vibing with somebody, you're oblivious to, I don't know why I just got dark, like it was bright. But anyways, when you're vibing with somebody, you're oblivious to what they're saying, like what they're doing. They could be telling you like blatantly out in the open, like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, this is happening, but because like you only see that person in a good light because you only want them to be good to you, it's like you're not hearing what they're saying really. So yeah, I said that and we all heard, but like we was cool. And then I remember I was in a podcast or whatever. Oh shoot, whatever, I don't care. So I used to do this like podcast thingy at the school at UMass, and then I remember he came with me to one, and then like he was like talking, and it was like a relationship episode, I think. I don't really remember. And he was like, oh, somebody was like, oh, what's your perfect date like or something. I was like, oh, in the house cooking, you know, maybe a little movie, like something like I'm not really the type to go out to like fancy restaurants or like go out places. Like I like doing stuff inside because I feel like that's more like sentimental, because like, oh, y'all are cooking together, like instead of sitting at a table ordering food. Like I don't know, it just holds more weight to me. So he was like, oh, y'all niggas ain't hip, y'all haven't done that yet, and I was like, So like I was seeing like little red flags, but I wasn't trying to believe it. And then another red flag that I had seen was we had both gone home one weekend. It was a long weekend. We had both gone home. Well, I didn't go home. I went to Boston for like events or whatever with my friends, and he had gone back to Boston too because he lives in Boston. But so we were just like on his snap, like I just be on people's snaps sometimes, just checking their stories or whatever. And I seen like he was in a bathroom or whatever, but there was like candles lit all over. There was like candles in the hallway, and I was just thinking,
who's putting candles?
But like again, I was dumb and oblivious, so I was just like, oh, maybe he just didn't. Maybe he was just wanting to put it on Snap. Yeah, so that was another red flag that I remembered like after like everything started adding up. So anyways, so I'm the type of person that if I'm talking to somebody for like 2 months, 3 months, it's like, no, like 3 or 4 months, it's like, okay, so what next? Because I'm not just gonna waste my time talking to somebody aimlessly, you know what I mean? Like, it's either we're talking or we're just talking to be friends, we're just gonna end up being cordial, and you gotta let me know that, or we're talking because you trying to be in a relationship, or you trying to take this further. Like, don't waste my time and just talking to me because you just want to talk to somebody, because that's not annoying. Like, that's dumb annoying. So I had asked him, I was like, okay, so where's this gonna go? Like, what's up? Da 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 da. Is you trying to, like, relationship, maybe next level? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing talking? We're spending all this time together for what? Like, are we just close friends? Like, is that what's inside your head? Or, like, I don't understand. Nigga was like, niggas wasn't supposed to catch feelings, da 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 da. This wasn't supposed to happen. We wasn't supposed to spend all this time together. It was only supposed to be something quick and then out, da 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 da. And I just got mad. Like, I was like, who are you talking to? Like, you're talking to me like that? So you want to waste my time? You want to waste, what, 3 months of my time for what? Just to tell me that we wasn't supposed to catch feelings? Just to tell me that, like I was dumb confused. So I started getting tight, and I started peeping things, because I remember he'd be in my room a lot. Like I said, we'd be spending mad time together. And I remember there was somebody that I would always used to text him or used to call him mad frequently, and it was like a name and then like a heart, like a red heart next to it. And I was always like, maybe it's his mom, and he put a red heart next to his mom's name or something, or like maybe it's a sister. No, damn well I knew he didn't have no sisters. But so I was like, okay, like maybe it's just that. So I kept brushing it off. But whenever the person would call, like frequently, he'd always like excuse himself out of the place that we was so he can go pick up the call. Like, he never picked up the call in my presence. So I was like, that's low-key sus. But I was like, okay, if his mom, like maybe it's a personal situation and something like that. Like, maybe something he doesn't want to share because his mom doesn't live here or anything. So I was like, maybe she's calling because something happened and he don't want to answer it in front of people. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, what am I gonna say about it? So what happened next? So then, like, I just started getting eerie. Like, I started getting like, okay, like, why does he want to go next level? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, am I ugly or something? Is my personality like ugly or something? Am I like what? Like, I was confused. I was like, I don't understand. So I had my friend do some detective work for me. So one time he don't even notice, and he's about to hear it when he see this video. But I remember one time we was all like chilling inside the common room doing homework, and I was texting, and he was like, somebody write this email for me. I don't want to write the email. So I was texting Shorty. I was like, Shorty, take his phone, write the email. But as you're writing the email, go check his messages, and go check and and see who's like, see who has the red heart, because I really just want to know who had the red heart. So boom, boom, boom. Shorty did it for me. She hit me up. She's like, oh, it's some girl named, like, I'm not gonna say the Shorty's name. Anyways, so I was like, so that's not mom. I know he don't have a sister. Never heard that Shorty's name in my life before. I'm not confused. But my head wasn't thinking that, like, he had a Shorty or nothing. So I was like, how you gonna spend all this time with me? How am I gonna, like, be posting you? Like, I never posted him on my story like that. Like, on my public story. It was more of, like, my private story. But it was like, I have heads from UMass in my private story. I have heads from Boston in my private story. So it's like, if you're letting me post you, I was like, I wasn't thinking much of it. I was like, okay, he's letting me post him, so he must not have a Shorty. It must be smooth. So I remember, like, around this time that I started getting skeptical, I started talking to my cousin, and I was telling her, I was like, yo, like, I've been like talking to this guy or whatever, but like, I'm confused because it's been like 3 months and he don't want to take it nowhere. Like, every time we bring it up, it always brings up like an issue. There's always an argument, so like, we don't really talk about it. We're just like vibing or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's mad weird, So then, like, we just started talking more about it. She was like, who is the guy? And then, like, I said his name, and then she was like, and then she was like, what did she say? She was like, he's cute, I think I've seen him before, or something in those lines. And I was like, what you mean seen him before? But so remember that part of the story. I'm gonna just push that aside, but that's an important part. Anyways, so come to back to myself. So as I was talking to my cousin, like, she was like, thanks, cute. So that was always in my head. I was like, where's she seen him before? Because she goes to school in Boston. I'm not gonna say the school because I'm not gonna put nobody's business out there. So she goes to school in Boston and I go to school in Amherst, and I was like, huh. And then I remember she had called me, or like somebody had told me and was like, oh, these two guys are talking about you, Didi, and they go to school like at the same school as your cousin. So I had called her. I was like, yo, tell these bozos to keep my name up their mouth. Like, I'm not confused. I don't have issues with them now. Like, I don't have issues with anybody. The thing about me is like, I can't hold grudges. Like, I'll dead be mad for what? I'll be mad for like a day, a few hours, and I'll be like, it's whatever. Like, cause I don't really care. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you don't. Like, you can open up your mouth about me. I really don't care. So it was like these people were talking about me, and they were talking about like a situation. They were talking about me and this guy. So I was like, wait, if they're all the way there, and I'm confused how they even know that I'm involved with this guy at all. So like it was just mad sketchy, mad fishy. Like I started getting like uneasy feelings, and I was really like, huh, so like what's going on here? Like I'm confused. Like how's my business spreading across the whole entire Massachusetts? Like it went from west to east. So I don't know, but so I started pressing him more. I was like, oh, so like what is this? What is this gonna be? Still no answers. But it's like I was mad close with him, and like we was always chilling and stuff like that. So it's like I didn't want to press him to the point that he was like, yo, like chill with it, like don't even talk to me. Because I was like, at the end of the day, like we started off being friends, like we started off being good friends. So I was like, yo, that's low key a friend that I ain't really trying to lose or nothing like that. So I was like, I'm gonna just back up. Then I remember like one day I was in class. No, so like this was like one day, this is before class. This is like one time we went to Walmart together, and like I was just peeping his phone, and I was just peeping the conversation with like the shorty, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell you the question he asked her, but I was like, why he asking her that question? Like that's mad weird. Like So I just copped an attitude, and I was mad like the whole day. Like on the bus at Walmart, I didn't even talk to him. I had my AirPods in the whole time, music on blast, walking back to our dorms. It was like we wasn't talking. Like I was tight. We had work together. I was tight. It was like we were still hanging with each other, but we wasn't really saying nothing. I'd be like, like stuff like that, like not pointless. So then the next day came, and I was in class, and I was in like, I'm an architecture major, so I was in the studio, and we were just like, you know, designing our stuff. And like every time I'm in the studio, I just have like my music in, because like I stay more focused when I'm listening to music. So I had my music in, and I was just really thinking. I was like, wait, like this is not adding up. Like I just gotta come up with a question, because all these times I'd be asking him like, what are we gonna be? I was never like, you have a shorty, you have a girlfriend, is a home chick back home, somebody in Boston that I should be knowing about. So I asked him, and I was like, I just texted him on Snap, and I was like, do you have a shorty or a girlfriend back home? And see, kudos to him for being honest, because if he had lied to me, like that would have been a whole different situation. But he has said, yes, I do. Bro. I'm like, see, like I said, I don't hold grudges, but like when I'm mad, like I'll just say something wreck. And I would like give you mad paragraphs, and I would put down mad points about why you ain't nothing, why like you don't deserve anything good in life. Like I'll be like, what's wrong with you? Are you diagnosed with a condition? Are you, yeah, like. And I feel bad afterwards. That's why I don't hold grudges, because I'd be like, I did say stuff too. Like, so at the end of the day, we even, I guess. So I was just tight. I was going crazy on him. I was like, this is why you ain't, like all this wreck stuff. So remember how I've been like, my cousin goes to Boston, these niggas. So tell me how around that time, so he told me, but I wasn't gonna tell shorty, like that's not my place. Like I'm gonna just stop like trying to force a relationship, trying to be on that energy with that guy. Like I'm not gonna go tell shorty, like that's not my business. Like like this might sound like snake-like or slimy, but like at the end of the day, I don't owe loyalty to no shorty. Like your man's owes loyalty to you, not me. Like, and you can't be mad at me either. That don't make no type of sense. Like, you just look mad stupid. If you watch my last video, me and Angelica definitely just talked about this and said, if your man cheats on you, then you're going after the shorty. Like, that don't make no type of sense. Especially if the shorty didn't know. Like, you just look mad dumb. Like, go to your man. Like, you're just making it public for what? For what? Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna go back to him. You're still gonna be booed up with him. So I don't understand. Anyways, so tell me how around that same time situations were happening, my name was being talked around a lot at that school. And then there's a crazy part that I didn't even know. Tell me how my cousin, those two guys that were talking to me, all went to the same school as Shorty, and they were all in the same group as Shorty. So I don't know who snitched, I don't know who opened up their mouth, that's besides the point. But at the end of the day, somebody put a little sprinkle in Shorty's ear and said, oh, watch out for Didi, or oh, have you heard about Didi, or something like that. Mind you, Shorty had already known about me because she had seen me. I heard that she had seen like my name pop up on his phone when she was with him, like when he went to her school, or like he visited her or something like that, and she was like, oh, who's that? And he was like, oh, that's just my friend, and then like she knew that my cousin was my cousin, if that makes sense. Like, she knew that the shorty that's my cousin was my cousin. Yeah, so she was like, oh, who's Didi, like what's the word on her? And then like, people just like, oh, she's a YouTuber, like she goes to UMass Amherst, and she's like, oh, alright. So she had already heard my name. So then now if you're telling her, watch out for Shorty, or like, oh, what's good with Didi, or like Shorty's gonna be like, so she wanna go ask them guy. She was like, okay, so what's good with this Shorty? Like, is you talking? What are y'all doing? Tell me how he now wanna spread the whole entire story. Yeah, me and Didi been talking. Yeah, me and Didi did we been. And he put my name. I specifically said, if you tell Shorty, don't even say it was me, because I don't like being in situations. I don't like being in messy situations, especially when I didn't have nothing to do with it. Especially when I didn't like intentionally plan for it. Like, it'd be one thing if he had told me from the jump and he had been like, oh, like, I have a girlfriend, but if you still want to talk to me, that's fine, because she lives in Boston and we're in Amherst, and that's 2 hours apart. So and if I was a slime ball, and if I wanted to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, but no, I was in the hidden, like I was in the shadow. I didn't even know none of that. He made it seem like he was single. He made it seem like I was the only one he was talking to. Like, he was always on my line, hanging out with me, going to places with me. Like, I was spending 24/7 with him, just to come to find out. Like, and if this is what I don't understand, like, if your man isn't talking to you like all the time, if you're calling him constantly and he's like not responding to mad late, or like he'll respond for like 2 seconds and be like, oh, I gotta go, or like you be texting him and he don't be texting you that quick and stuff, like something's wrong. Like, something's wrong. Like, you gotta know that as a female. Like, I know that, because if my man was ever like, if I called him and I texted him and he was taking like 4 hours to respond to me, and I know that he wasn't working, or I know that he wasn't like doing something with his family or something like that, then I'm like, so what was you doing? Like, where the receipts? Where was you at? And you're constantly letting your man do that. Like, you let him do that for 3 months on you. Like, that's type crazy. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, so he told Shorty that me and him okay, now my name is in the streets. Didi's a hoe. Didi gets with or talks to guys that are in relationships already. She don't value girl code. Shorty, what? I did not know. Like, and that's what got me tight about the whole situation. It wasn't even so much that I was a side chick, because like I didn't know and I wasn't being treated like a side chick. Like, he got me stuff, he paid for stuff for me, so it's like, it wasn't like I was being treated like a side chick. It wasn't like I was paying for stuff or anything like that. It was like mass smooth. But like, I lost what I was trying to say. Yeah, alright, so it wasn't like I was being treated like a side chick. So it was like, I was a side chick, but like I didn't know, and I wasn't treated like one. Like, I was treated like I was the main. So like, in those 3 months, it was really like Shorty was a side chick and I was the main, if that makes sense. But yeah, but everybody at her school, like, she was even talking to like people. She would tell her friends about the situation, and then her friends, I guess, don't know how to close their mouth or whatever. So like they'd go and they talk about it to other people. I'm not even saying that in a mean way, like the friends don't know how to close their mouth. It's not even that. Like she may be telling her friends, and like those may not be like her close friends or something. So like they don't really owe her loyalty to like not talk about the situation, if you know what I mean. So they was like telling other people, and that's how my name was like everywhere. I only found out that people was talking about me because my cousin, like she told me. And like, bro, those two guys that was talking, like they was really, I just kept hearing things. So it got to the point where I had to hit him up on Snap, and I was like, yo, is there an issue? Like, I don't even know you. Why is my name in your mouth when I never even met you before? You just had me on Snap, and on top of that, you only have me on my actual Snap. If you have me on my actual Snap, you don't even know me. You just be seeing like perfectionist pictures or little boomerangs. Like if you have me on my private Snap, you know I'm a goofball. Like, you know, like you actually know me. So I was just mad confused, and he was like, oh no, there's no problem. I heard I heard you was talking about me. How did I talk about you if I never knew you existed until you started talking about me? But anyways, so like we cleared that whole situation up. Like me and like the guy that was talking, we're chill. Like there's no beef, nothing like that. Like I'm cordial with everybody. The shorty, she doesn't like me to this day. Like he be bringing, okay, so like now that I found out, he be bringing her on campus. Like before that, he was never bringing her on campus or nothing like that. And so now he be bringing her, and shorty be like looking at me. But like I don't have an issue with you. Like I'm not the person that you should have an issue with. Like I'm not the one who cheated on you. And like you just made that situation mad public, more public than it had to be, because I'm a very public private person, if that makes sense. Like my business, I like that to be private, but like what I put out there, since I am a YouTuber, what I put out there is what like I want people to know, you know what I mean? So like this story, people already know it, so I might as well put it out here. Plus I think it was funny how I got played, how I already got played before, and then I didn't learn how to not get played again. So I ended up being a side chick. Who knows, maybe I'll come back next time. JK, God forbid I have to do one of these story times again. But basically that's the story about how I found out I was a side chick. But me and the guy are good. Me and the shorty, she don't like me. Me and my cousin are good. Me and the guy that was talking about me at the school in Boston, we're chill. Like there's no beef, nothing like that. And this video wasn't to bash nobody or nothing like that. Like as you can tell, like there's no tears in my eyes. There's no puppy dog whatever. Like I'm fine. Like I've moved on. Like I said, like I can't hold a grudge. Like I don't know how to. Like I really wish I could hold grudges, because if I could hold grudges, that'd be crazy. But yeah, so it is what it is. Learn from my mistakes. Before you start talking to somebody, make sure you ask them, do you have a shorty? Do you have anybody that you're talking to? You have a girlfriend back home? Like, because most of these guys in college do, and they just don't want to tell you. So you just gotta ask and be bold with it. Like, and if they do, amen. Like, it's up to you. You want to still keep talking to them? That's on you. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's on you. Proper thing you should do is just be like, oh, that's cool. I low-key wanted to talk to you, but I'm gonna respect your relationship. Actually, you don't even have to tell him that you were trying to talk to him. Just be like, I'm gonna respect the relationship. Like, we can be friends and keep it pushing. But anyways, thank you for tuning into this week's video. I hope everybody's staying safe from the coronavirus, because I'm not in school no more. Like, that thing really kicked me out of school. And if you're from like my area, or you're from like Massachusetts, you know, like Blackout was at my school. Like, shorties can't even perform at Blackout no more. Like, all this practice we had, type crazy. I'm actually type mad, but it's whatever. I'm home till September now. We have to do online schooling. I'm pretty sure most of you watching this have to do online schooling too. So, but anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this. Stay blessed, stay safe, and make sure to stay indoors, because we're on quarantine and I really want a summer. So we gotta kick this corona out the door. Thank you.